It's definitely one of the focal points that you want to hone in on if you're really creating this sanctuary space or home that heals. Oh my gosh, it's like you're sleeping on a cloud. Welcome to Homes That Heal, the podcast that transforms your life and home into a sanctuary of health, healing, and happiness. Hi, I'm Jen Heller, a wellness educator, infrared sauna expert, and your guide to living intentionally. Each week, we'll explore a variety of wellness tools, along with detoxification, weight loss, and anti-aging tips to boost your energy and align your mind and body so you can thrive in life, not just survive. Your health is your wealth, and it all starts at home. Let's dive in and create a home that heals. Hey friends, welcome back to Homes That Heal. I hope you're having an amazing day. First, before we jump into today's topic, I just want to say a very huge, heartfelt thank you of gratitude for all the love and support, and for those who reached out after you listened to last week's episode about my niece Morgan. The outpouring of feedback and love is just overwhelming, you guys. So thank you so much for all of it. I've shared it all with Morgan. She thanks you as well. And again, just as a reminder, if you missed that show, please go back and listen to that episode 75 from last week. It was, I would definitely say, probably the most vulnerable show and share that I've ever put out on the air. And it was very difficult to do, but it was also very therapeutic. So if you missed that, please go back. And again, thank you so much for those who've reached out. And for anyone who thinks they want to share that with someone, please share it with somebody, friends, family, coworkers, anyone that you think could benefit from that story. So that is that. Today, instead of doing our normal Ask Jen show, this is going to be basically, we're not going to be just talking about saunas. Normally, the Ask Jen shows are like 3 or 4 questions about saunas and then a testimonial. Because this is Black Friday week and Thanksgiving and the holiday, and everybody is in like the swing for the holidays, I get asked every day, all day, all year long about what my favorite tools, tips, tech stuff, things I have in my home. What do I think makes a great gift idea? So I wanted to share with you today just kind of a wrap up of some of my favorite gift ideas so that you can maybe utilize my ideas for somebody in your family or someone maybe you're struggling with. And, quite frankly, everybody, so many people, including myself, we don't really buy a lot of gifts anymore, to be quite honest. I know that, those with kiddos and somebody you really want to do something special for, like I get it. We still do buy gifts for some people and friends and family in our circle, but we've really, really minimized that over the years. And I just, normally like to do experiences. Like, for example, well, before I get into that, basically what this show is just going to be kind of a wrap up of some of these ideas that you can maybe do some things differently this year. So as I was saying, what Mark and I have done for years now is I like to, what I say, buy and invest in experiences. So for example, I take my mom on a trip every year, just the two of us. We go wherever she wants to go, whether it's, an hour away or 10 states away. I take her on a trip and just she and I go for 3, 4, 5 days, whatever it is. And we just spend some very intentional time together. We go to dinner, we hang out. Sometimes we do not a lot, to be honest. Sometimes we're just relaxing and talking and catching up and reading and sleeping in and just like really enjoying each other's company. And then other times we're, doing some adventure stuff. It's whatever, the year brings, but that's my gift to my mom. Now, full disclosure, I do buy her a few little things as well because she's very easy to shop for and we like a lot of the same things. So it's not difficult, but that's kind of the main thing. And then we do something similar for Mark's mom. We don't take her on vacation, which I guess we could probably entertain that. I guess we need to talk about that, Kay, if you're listening. But we always take her on somewhere special, like a concert. There's a play concert venue here in our area that always has really beautiful concerts and different plays that they do. And so we kind of pick one that she likes. This year we're doing a candlelight Christmas concert, which I love. We all love Christmas music. So taking her to dinner and just kind of spending like the whole day and afternoon and then doing something in the evening. So that's just an idea, take someone out for where they want to go and just spend some time. And then for the kiddos in our life, Mark's brother and wife, have 7 children, all under the age of 18. And so over the years, it's been very interesting to try to figure out what do you get all the kids. And years ago, we decided that that was not a challenge that we wanted to continue to face because everybody's so blessed with so many things, plus, hand-me-downs, things like that. Like, what do they need? So we take them on, again, an experience. So rent out the movie theater here in town and have like a private showing with, popcorn and just like have a whole family movie day. We've gone bowling, we've gone to arcades, we've gone to the jump house. Like over the years, we've done different things. We actually had a party one time just right at Mark's mom's house where everybody, we did puzzles and board games and we brought in pizza. We just had a very intentional family day. And, obviously we took care of everything for that day. And so it's really just about spending time together instead of trying to find something to wrap up in a box. So that's the first main idea I think I wanted to share with everybody is think of different exciting creative ways that you could take that person out for an experience and just really spend some intentional time. So the second thing, which no surprise, we are going to talk about saunas. I am clearly have been forever a huge proponent of bringing wellness into your home. My favorite tool and modality is the infrared sauna. So I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the Black Friday sale that's going on now through December 1st. If you have had saunas on your bucket list, you and your spouse or your partner, whoever, kids, family, whatever, have talked about getting a sauna for your home. Collectively, this would be a beautiful way to bring the gift of wellness to your entire family. November is always, you guys, it's always the best month of the year to buy saunas. It's even better than the Christmas December sale. So if you have been thinking about a sauna, this is by far the best next week or so to take advantage of that. So call me, text me, email me. Obviously, all my contact information is always in the show notes. Best pricing, bundles on accessories like red light therapy, Halo 1 salt machine, aromatherapy for essential oils. Everything is on sale. Everything's on sale. So check out the jenhellerlifestyle.com website, particularly on the infrared sauna page, and you can shop and look for sizes and electrical and features. And of course, as always, if you have questions or you're not sure what is the right sauna for you, hit me up. Like I said, email or text or give me a phone call and let's talk about it. But now before December 1st, you guys, no joke, best time of the year. Okay. I'm just going to walk through a few things in no particular order, you guys. This is literally just things that just kind of came to my thought process. So first and foremost, as you've probably, if you've listened, if you're not new to my show, one of my favorites is the sunrise alarm clock. So before I start listing all these, please know all of these, everything I'm talking about today, with the exception of the experiences, of course, are all on my website, jenhellerlifestyle.com. Go to the Jen Recommends pages. These are going to be on home, health, books, or connections page. So there are 4 different pages under that category. You'll find all of these things on one of those pages. And of course, links will be in the show notes. So first one is the sunrise alarm clock. I absolutely love this. When I found this years ago, I have devoted the better part of my life into harmonizing our home into a wellness sanctuary and removing EMFs, minimizing EMFs, and really, really, really focusing in on where these frequencies are in our home and dialing in on bedrooms, particularly where Mark and I sleep. Our entire second floor, where our bedroom is, on the whole side of that house, like no electronics, no EMFs, no nothing. So remove the phone excuse, I guess we'll call it, as needing it for an alarm clock. This alarm clock is like $32 and it wakes you up to either the sunrise, the circadian rhythm of the sunrise, birds, different nature sounds. I think there's 7, 8 different nature sounds. I like to wake up to the birds. So I technically don't usually set alarm, full disclosure, but if I have to catch a plane or if I need to be somewhere, if I've got an early morning appointment, I do set the alarm, or we set the alarm just so that we don't miss it. But we wake up to the birds chirping, and it's like the most delightful way to wake up. You can also, like I said, set it to, if you sleep in a dark room, you can set it so that it gradually brightens like the sun, which is so fantastic for our circadian rhythm. So this gift, in my opinion, could be for anybody, could be for the kiddos, which I highly recommend. Get these phones and electronics and these devices out of kids' bedrooms. And if they need a clock for school or whatever, sunrise alarm clock. They love it. It's fun. They can pick their own colors and pick their own wake up noises. It's also great for the spouse that doesn't want to leave their phone out of the bedroom. Mark doesn't bring the phone in. Once in a while in the evening, he brings it in, but it does not serve as the alarm clock, obviously. And then also, for people, I've talked to quite a few people who are like, my parents, my elder parents, they think they need to sleep with these devices because they need a clock. They do not. This is a beautiful gift for so many people. So check out the sunrise alarm clock. I promise you it'll change your life. The second thing on my list, and actually this is not on my website, I threw this in just for fun. This is the gift of crystals. And if you don't know what crystals are, or if you're, kind of intimidated by them, or you're not quite sure what to do, I highly suggest you step into this realm because it is so fun and like ancient wisdom, and it makes such a great gift. And here's why. So for example, rose quartz. I always have a bunch of rose quartz hearts, like in the shape of hearts in my office. I have like this little gift bin in my office. So like if I'm headed out to meet a girlfriend for coffee, or suddenly something happens and I want to gift somebody something, somebody passes away, or someone's dealing with something really struggling with something, a rose quartz heart it's a heart, it's the heart. Rose quartz is the heart-centered rock or stone, but then when it's carved in the shape of a heart, it's just like that much more meaningful. So I gift these to people all the time. It's such a beautiful, personal, lovely gift. They can keep it by their bedside. They could keep it in their pocket. They could keep it in their purse, wherever. It just makes a wonderful gift. Selenite is also a beautiful stone. And if you don't know what these mean, you guys, just like grab a book, go on Google, ChatGPT, Chatty G will tell you all about it. But selenite is a very purifying crystal. So it's very pure and white light. So for somebody who wants to bring more peace and purity into their life, selenite's beautiful. Black tourmaline, one of my absolute faves. You can put a piece of this over your front door, and it serves as like no negative energy can come into the home. You can put a piece of it in the bedroom to really ground and harmonize the bedroom. Great for your office for minimizing and neutralizing EMF frequencies from electronics. It's also great for like in a living room or great room. Like we have a massive piece. I don't even know how much it weighs. I think it's like 100 pounds. Mark gifted it to me a couple years ago. It's like this huge, huge piece of, it looks like a big piece of driftwood, but it's sitting in our great room on our fireplace. And it's like the anchor, the grounded anchor for the center of our home. So that makes a great gift as well. Okay, next crystal, amethyst. Beautiful for the bedroom. It is one of the love stones. So that's a nice gift for a spouse. Garnet also for passion and purpose. Also a great gift for a spouse or a loved one. And then citrine, one of my favorites. Huge piece of citrine sitting on my fireplace mantle. It is for wealth and abundance. And if you read into it a little bit, there's a whole thing about putting it in the farthest left corner, which is considered the wealth corner of your home. So the furthest left corner from your front door, put a piece of citrine if you want to bring more wealth, health, and abundance to your life. So all of these crystals just make some fun, great gift ideas for the person who maybe is into that, as well as maybe they don't know about it. Maybe they want to get into it. Okay, moving along. Essentia bed. You guys, I never knew what a wonderful night's sleep was until I got an Essentia bed. And full disclosure, we had an Obasan bed before that, which is another beautiful organic bed company. They're out of Canada. And I love them. They're still highlighted if you want to do Obasan. Different build, different type of organic bed, but we had that for many years and I loved it. However, when I met Essentia bed, or when I found Essentia, it was like next level. They have a few different options. And this is like the ultimate gift to give yourself. Like this is rest and restore. I do believe sleep is so important. So it's definitely one of the focal points that you want to hone in on if you're really creating this sanctuary space or home that heals. But Essentia bed is, unbelievable as it relates to comfort, but also it's literally like the best performing certified non-toxic mattress. It is comfort without compromise. A lot of organic beds are like stiff and uncomfortable, and like you jump on or you get on, you're like, oh, this feels like a board. Essentia, oh my gosh, it's like you're sleeping on a friggin' luxurious cloud. It is unbelievable, unmatched deep sleep. Plus, they have a few different options that are called REM sleeping beds, which actually it's a cooling. I'm probably going to butcher this, so you're going to want to look this up, but it's like a cooling mechanism, a cooling material that cools the temperature of your sleep. So, for example, I have a REM 5. So our bed, the temperature is like 5 degrees lower. It chills at like 5 degrees. So for all you people who are like struggling with night sleep sweats and you're hot at night, all you women listening with like night sweats and hormones, oh my gosh, this is like game changing. I'm telling you, life changing. So they have a REM 5, a REM 9, they have a few other different options. I highly recommend you check into it because not this isn't just a mattress too. Like you want to dig into their website, listen to some of the podcasts that the founder Jack has been on. There's a lot of sleep study going on as it relates to anxiety and stress. They're doing studies with the military, they're doing studies with professional athletes. A lot of, we'll call it biohacker or wellness experts are utilizing Essentia. They were at the biohacking conference that I go to every year. So many people have Essentia. Like if you're serious about your sleep and you're serious about investing in your health and well-being, they are it as far like they're the Cadillac mattress in my opinion. So right now they have a 25% off Black Friday sale going on. And honestly, I don't know that I've ever seen a discount that low. Plus they're throwing in like a couple free organic pillows, which that too is like next level sleeping. Like wherever I go, I take my pillow. Even to my mom's house, I take my pillow. When I go to my sound baths, you guys, I take my pillow. Like my pillow is like my best friend. When I go somewhere and I need to rest and put my head down, my pillow goes everywhere. Everywhere I go. I love it. So check out Essentia Bed. There's a link on the site and 25% off. It's amazing. So on the sleep topic, another thing that we have on our bed is a Balu weighted blanket. Now, this too is a game-changing find. And in fact, Stephanie at Essentia told me about this when I bought my bed. We had a long conversation about the benefits of a weighted blanket. Now, for some people might think it feels like, oh, that's smothering me or I don't like it. But really, again, if you dig into the science and the research about why weighted blankets are so amazing for you, particularly for our sensories, and there's actually quite a bit of study and data to support that people and kiddos with sensory challenges, autism, anxiety, stress, again, talking about the military or people with PTSD or trauma, these weighted blankets feel like a cocoon. And they also mimic when we were babies in the womb. It's comforting. And so it does take a few sleeps to get used to these if you've never slept with one before. I remember the first time I got one and Mark slept under it. He's like, I feel like I'm suffocating. He's like, what the hell is this? But after like one or two nights, all of a sudden it was like, wow, this actually feels really cozy. And now when we go somewhere like a hotel or, up to my mom's house even, and we aren't sleeping with the weighted blanket, it feels so different. And we just love it. It's so good. So again, check out Balu weighted blankets. They have a couple different weights. We have the heaviest. I think it's 20 pounds. They have multiple colors and sizes, of course, but really consider this too for you parents as it relates to dig into some of the studies on this. Like I said, there's a lot of interesting information as it relates to kiddos and helping them get a better night's sleep. So that, one of the reasons why they're sleeping with parents is because they like to snuggle. They like to be like spoon or they like to feel that coziness. These blankets help bring that. So also for those that maybe, used to have a partner and no longer do, like it's just a more comforting feeling versus having an empty bed. So just throwing that out there as well. Okay, moving on. My next favorite gift, and this is a little bit more techie, and I've talked about this before, is the Brain Tap machine. The Brain Tap, why I love this, and as you know, this was very instrumental in my healing years ago and over the years from my stroke and the paralysis and the stress and the inflammation and, particularly the concussion that I had on the brain. But really why this makes such an amazing gift for anybody who wants to gift, again, wellness, mindfulness, meditation, stillness. I don't even care if you gift it to yourself, but for anybody that you know that's maybe struggling with sleep or stress or anxiety or their weight, or they're just really looking to lower their inflammation, lower those cortisol levels, kind of get away from the phone or some of these other, social medias or these platforms that are constantly bombarding us with all these different reactionary tools. The Brain Tap has just a multitude, and this just keeps expanding, by the way. I've been using Brain Tap for a long time, and in the last couple years, they've really, really, really expanded the different types of meditation and mindfulness categories and things that you can choose. But I highly suggest you consider this as a way to gift that person who needs to slow down a little bit or who needs to go inward. You don't have to buy the headset too, by the way. The headset's kind of like the Cadillac setup, but it's my understanding too that you can just purchase the monthly subscription in the app and just plug in your own earbuds and just choose away, your different categories. Like I said, there's weight, there's sleep, there's just a ton of different frequencies and different options. And so I recommend checking that out. It's one of my favorite go-tos. And whenever somebody, in fact, I would say weekly, people ask me, if we're talking about saunas or ways in which that you can minimize your stress and improve your sleep and go inward a bit, this is my favorite go-to for sure. Okay, so moving on. My next category is kind of a broad one, you guys. This is just books, and I don't have a particular book. If you go on the books page, on the Jen Recommends page, you'll see that I have like 25 or 30 of my favorites, as well as a book that I was actually just featured in. I guess I'm going to shout this out with my friend Sunny Simon, who graciously featured me in her most recent book. That is also on the website. I'm going to pull up the title right now. It's Wisdom in Her Wake is the name of the book. Insights from Women Who Lead, Inspire, and Uplift Others. Author and my friend Sunny Simon. That is on the website. But really, the books page is all about some of my favorite, most impactful reads. And what I love about gifting someone a book is you're basically giving a gift of wisdom. And so if a book inspired you or changed your life, write a note of gratitude. Let them know why it was important to you, why you were thinking of them. Let them know how important, their health is to you, and just write a little note, sign it on the inside, and then give that as a gift. It's so personal. I love, like, one of my favorite things to do is gift people books. And so, like, I'll be talking to someone and ask them, like, we'll be talking about a topic or something, and I'll say, well, have you ever read the book The Go-Giver? That's one of my favorites by my friend Bob Berg. And they're like, no, I never read it. So then after we get off the phone, I just secretly just go on my Amazon account and I ship them a book, the Go-Giver book from the store. I write a little personal note because you can personalize it on Amazon now. And then you just send it to their home. And then like 2 or 3 days later, they're like, oh my gosh, like this was so amazing. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Thank you for doing this. It was such a lovely surprise. You guys, it's like $25. It's so simple. But as it relates to Christmas or the holidays coming up too, like find a book or your favorite read and just send it to somebody that you think would just be so inspired by her if you think it could change their life. So 25 or 30 of my favorites are on the books Jen Recommends pages. So check those out. All the links are there. You can shop them right off the Amazon store that I'm talking about. Okay, next on my list, one of my favorites. This is a staple. I've been buying these for years. And this is a salt lamp, Himalayan salt lamp, like a true Himalayan salt lamp, not just some cheesy generic one, but finding a true mineralized salt lamp. These things create such a beautiful ambiance. Like I'm looking at one right now in my office. We have them all over our home, in our bedroom, in my office, in the great room. Morgan has one in her room. I give these for gifts all the time because they're just so beautiful, but they also just bring calm and peace to a room and neutralize the air. It just makes a great gift for anybody's home office, even for a nursery. Just phenomenal for babies. Like it's just a very calming, relaxing, light ambiance In fact, I literally just gave it to one of my cousins who got married as a bridal shower gift because I know she has a home office and I just wanted her to, have something beautiful in her office. And it just makes a really great gift for somebody, for that person that you're not sure what to get them, but you know that they, would love the vibe of a salt lamp. So those are also on the website. And then let's see, next on my list, energy bits. I know everyone's probably thinking like, what? You're giving energy bits, chlorella and spirulina? You got it. I absolutely am. I know this sounds silly, but so many people in my family are going to get these this year because they're fantastic for nutrition. They're proactive for people working through mineral deficiencies, cancer, any kind of disease. They're just phenomenal and they're easy to take, but it just lets the person know that you care about them and their health, and it maybe introduces them to something they wouldn't otherwise consider. But if you didn't listen to my show back in, I think it was August, a few months back, with Catherine, the founder and owner of Energy Bits, do yourself a favor and go back and listen to that because, boy, that show is loaded with so much information and data and study on how fantastic chlorella and spirulina are for our bodies and for our health. And I right away I called my mom. I was like, I'm going to get these for you. And, please let my aunt who's working through some cancer right now, like, let's send some over to her. Like, just gifting them to people, that maybe otherwise wouldn't invest in them or just maybe doesn't know about them. So I just wanted to mention those because they're very simple and easy. They come in a bag. You can wrap them up. They come in a little cylinder thing you can gift them in as well. So that made the list. I think that it's important to let people know that we love them in the form of nutrition. Okay, and last and certainly not least, you could just put together like a good old bath bundle. So if you go on, if you're on the Jen Recommends page, you'll see like Dr. Teal's Epsom salts, Van Man soaps. We have some essential oils. There's a fantastic, Wild Bloom is a fantastic company for skincare. So you could always put together like a little basket or a bundle of like, self-love, self-care to that person who, maybe enjoys a warm bath or, just really needs to spend a little bit more time in the self-care category. So you guys, those are my ideas for gifts. That pretty much wraps it up. And of course, this is not all that's on, that I think would make great gifts. There are a lot of other ideas on the Jen Heller Lifestyle website, but these are my favorite. I kind of comb through the ones that I think I talk about the most and the ones that I think bring the most impact and I get the most feedback on over the year as well. So I just invite you to not only check out my website, but dig into some more creative ways that you can bring, like I said, the gift of wellness, the gift of love, help people create homes that heal, bring different things into people's homes that just invites family and love and connection and spirituality. And yeah, just, I don't know, great way to end the year and 2025 and open up 2026 in a new and in a vibrant way. So I appreciate you for listening as always. Please send us any questions or feedback that you have. And I hope you have a phenomenal week. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's going to be that our inboxes are all going to be on fire this week. So I'm only going to send one email out to you on Friday mornings, as always. So if you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, please do so. And I hope you all had a beautiful and blessed Thanksgiving. I'm so grateful for you, grateful for your feedback, and grateful for all your love and support. And we'll see you next week. Okay, friends and fellow wellness warriors, thanks for tuning in today. If this show was helpful and inspired you, please head over to Apple or Spotify to rate, review, subscribe, and follow us, as well as share it with your friends and family. It's a fantastic way to grow the show, expand my reach, and teach others how to create a vibrant life they love. If you're ready to invest in your health and purchase a Clear Light Sauna, hop on over to jenhellerlifestyle.com and send me a note. Thanks again for tuning in. I love you. I'm grateful for you, and I thank you so much for your support. You are the reason I do this work. You are the reason I do this show. And you are the reason I get up every single day with a burning desire in my soul. Cheers to your health and happiness, my friends. We'll see you next week. This podcast is for general information purposes only and is not intended to be substituted for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you think you have a medical condition, consult your licensed physician.